Hey everybody, welcome back to Ready Steady Play, where we are playing Hellboy, the board game, in a randomly generated playthrough.
Random.
And we're using this Chickadee as a clue token because we
thought it was random.
Because random.
You see what I have to put up with. They've been working on
Great,
that pun.
fun, hilarious friends.
They've been working on that pun for hours.
Oh, quiet, Hellboy. You used all your actions. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go in here and investigate this Chickadee. So I'm going to do one for a cube, one for a move, and then what I've done is I have turned on my goggles, which allow me to upgrade a die on an examine check. So normally I'd be orange, but I'm going to upgrade one to red.
Nice.
Got to remember those upgrades.
Examine.
I like the idea that the frogman has been knocked to the ground. It's okay, I just need to examine you.
I've got 5, which if I remember correctly consumes the clue token and advances as 1 on the gather information track.
Boop.
Ah, very good.
A little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Tweet, tweet.
That thing is so getting broken.
Don't you dare break the Chickadees. Don't you dare. Curses! 1 more point and I would have been able to go up twice.
Ah.
Damn it.
Okay, well, with 1 action cube left, I guess I'm just going to smack this Stunt Frog because there's no reason to do anything else.
Well, you've got to downgrade 1 dice.
Yeah, so I'll go back to orange for this. I'm not very good at melee, but...
Is that with your downgrade for your goggles?
Oh, yeah, I've got to downgrade 1 for fight, so I go down to a yellow die. But I only need 3.
And he isn't fighting back.
And yeah, exactly.
Why do you need 3? Because he always puts 2 on.
Yeah, because he's got resilience, which is essentially armor.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 resilience, but he's only got 1 hit point left. So I've got 2, and I can reroll as many of these dice as I like, except for the blue one. So the question is, the odds of me getting anything on this die are 50-50, right?
Yep.
So do I reroll more than... Do I just roll them all again?
I don't see why not.
Yep. Okay,
welcome.
cool.
Especially when you do it like that.
Woo! Yes! So the frogman is dead.
It's good splat. I'm just going to leave him there.
Cool.
He'll be
And
back.
Lobster Johnson's turn is resolved.
Ew,
Nice.
paralyzing tongue is not good.
All right, so Michael, your job is to go and look at that room and clear these frogs.
If you
Okay.
shoot,
Do we think he should look at that room?
if we shoot, we will flip a card.
Yeah.
So-
I was aware of that. So I'm thinking maybe actually, but you've got Bud Waller as well.
Bird.
Bird.
My concern is that if you explore this room, it'll spawn some enemies who'll come and kill you. My concern
Could
is
he
that
just
if you don't
kill-
explore it, we'll run out of time.
Could he just kill the frogmen, the little frog spawn first?
Well, the frog spawn is easy. You just go in there and spend an action cube to clear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because if there's more than 2 of them, bad stuff happens.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
Well, so he can go 1, 2, and clear that.
Yep.
So you've got 1 action cube left.
Boop.
So
And
I
there's
think you should, because this guy comes with you, and do we have a marker for him? Where yeah, there we go. Here's Bud Waller's action cube.
Okay.
So he will once per turn automatically warp to your location.
What's that?
That's the starting tile.
Okay, so it's not...
So,
So you could potentially do 2 more attacks this round. So with that in mind, I think you should explore.
2 more attacks.
Yeah, because you could shoot once and Bud can shoot once.
Ah. I think we should explore it.
Good idea. Me too.
Well, there's no enemies now.
Time is of the essence, and we've got no more enemies. And I've got your back. I'm looking the wrong way. All right, so Ollie, can we have Minion C in this space, please?
Venomous Frog Monster.
Oh, he's going to spit venom at you.
Ugh. People need to tell him it's rude to spit.
Why don't you do that? See what happens.
I mean, you can tell him if you want. I don't think he's listening.
Excuse me.
Do you know who these guys remind me of? The Cooper Troopers from the Mario movie.
Do you know what? I was going to say they kind of look a little... Like, this guy especially looks a little bit like this was the first draft at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they're like, this is not right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we've got... we might need more of those guys. Where was the... There it is.
Yeah.
So in Space 2, the clue returns.
Oh.
Bark, 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 bark. In Space 3, we've got Scenery 4. It's a shattered test tube.
I really thought that was a shower curtain for a
There's
second.
got to be better scenery in here. It's a dining table.
Yay! I can whack
now
someone
that
with that.
is in here.
But we don't need it.
Oh.
And then in here we've got Minion A, which is a transforming frog monster, and a frog swarm.
Is that the dining room table?
Can I have the frog swarm back?
Sure.
because I don't know what you guys did with it.
I'm transforming with my babies.
See, aren't you glad we got rid of the first one?
Cool, so you've got 2 shots, Michael.
Why is there 2 things in there?
There are 3 things in there.
Oh, also, all minions in this room heal 2 damage in each end phase. Because this is a place of power.
I mean, that explains the blood.
Sorry. He's
A transforming frog monster.
Where's he come from? This bit down here?
Yeah, he's Minion A.
So it's Minion A and a frog swarm in the same bit.
Sorry. I can't quite read from here.
That's quite right. We're not going to sabotage you, Michael, because we're all on the same team.
I know.
For once, we're playing a genuine co-op.
We're terrible at co-ops and being friends.
I was just being nosy. I wanted to read it. Cool. So maybe I should attack something. Thank you, Ollie.
So the transforming frog monster won't attack you, but when he's activated, we roll a yellow die.
On a 1, it's removed. And
Yeah,
replaced
so
with
then
a
there's a 50-50 chance he'll turn into an actual enemy. He's also super bloody weak while he's transforming. The thing is, the Venomous Frog, you're unlikely to kill him with 1 shot. But Bud Waller's not bad. He's an orange shot. Yeah. So his shot is okay. But I think that you can't really get away. We're going to have to shoot at some point.
Yeah, it's the first card. We're going to do it.
Might as well do it now.
So this is a melee. So I can't use this anyway, can I?
The harpoon. Well, you can use the harpoon as a ranged weapon, and you add 4 to the attack, so it's actually an awesome ranged weapon.
Yeah.
But once you use it, you flip it, and you don't get it back until we rest.
Which we'd have to do after this anyway, because he's the last actor.
So we choose when to rest, and we have to be very careful about when we rest. We want to try and do as much as possible before resting.
But
so I don't really want to waste it straight away.
Don't we have to rest to get our actions back?
No. We automatically get our actions back at the end of the turn.
Cool. All right.
We rest, which allows us to heal and explore more and sort of move around the map. We can warp to areas we've explored, but we can't rest while there are enemies on the board. Or why don't you start by shooting them with Bud? Because if Bud can one-shot the transforming one, maybe you can one-shot the venomous one.
Correct.
Or whatever turns up in the twist.
Yeah, or whatever turns up in the twist. All right.
Okay.
So Bud's attack.
So he has orange dice, yes?
Yeah, so you spend the 1 action cube, and then he
and he
just
gets blue dice
somewhere.
Does he get the blue one?
That's a good idea. Put them on and off your player board. Mm-hmm. He gets the blue one and 3 orange ones.
And does he have to downgrade any?
Nope. Oh, yes. He's shooting the transforming one?
Yes.
So 1 downgrades to a yellow, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Because you're shooting through the venomous guy.
And I'm just not wanting the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, try not to get the skull.
Ooh.
So you've got 5,
that
which one-shots.
Top 5. Oh,
because you've got a ×2, which multiplies the largest result, so that's 4. Plus 1 is 5. He has resilience 1 and 4 health, so he's out of there.
You one
Go Bud!
Go Bud! Fucking
showing us all how
MVP.
Okay.
Alright, so now we're going to flip this twist card here. Flip this card if an agent uses a ranged weapon immediately after the action has been resolved. Later, you'll say you don't know what caused the explosion.
I can guess.
Was there an exposed pipeline? Did you hit a pocket or swamp gas? Spontaneous combustion? Whatever the case, it's one hell of a bang. Any characters in the target area are immediately stunned, and an inferno is placed in the target area, then discard this card.
Well, we're not in that area.
So just, stick that over there, and 1 inferno token, please, Michael.
Now, will that spread?
Potentially, yes. Is it likely to spread enough for us to worry about it? Maybe.
But now, I suppose Ollie, being Hellboy, is better to go in there and deal with the frog.
Ollie is more equipped to deal with fire than anything else. But you've still got a shot, so why don't you shoot the venomous guy? Okay. What's the next one?
The next one. This is tracker. Advance the tracker each time an agent defeats a minion.
Can I have the whole deck?
Just
so we don't look at the card underneath. Here's a new tracker. Advance the tracker each time an agent defeats a minion. When you reach the end, flip it.
I might as well use this. Because that will get rid of my harpoon.
Yeah, so the question is, do you want... Well, you can get the harpoon back when we rest. So the question is,
you said do as much as possible without resting, didn't you?
Yeah, we want to try and make as much progress as we can before we rest.
Cool.
Okay.
So do what you did, but do it better.
Okay.
Can he
Die,
one-shot?
Venomous Frog Monster.
Oh, he can one-shot.
Okay, so that's 5 damage there, plus the wild symbol. I don't think you have anything special that triggers off the wild. But what you can do is turn it into a ×2.
Yep. Which means
gives you
it's
8.
dead.
Which means it's dead.
6 and 2.
Yeah. Nice job, shooter men.
And we advance this because we've defeated a minion.
Uh-oh. I mean, it's fine. Cool. And that's the end of the agent phase. Now we enter the rest phase, which we're skipping because
High
we're
five.
not resting right now.
Just one-shotted 2 creatures.
So then we go into the Doom phase. Draw a Doom card.
Yeah.
Doom!
Doom.
Doom! Time's a wasting. Advance the Doom track.
Oh, son of a...
Gun.
And then...
Dan.
and then it's back to the enemy phase. No, and then I have to roll for the fire. If I roll a 2, fire spreads. Damn it!
Oh, for God's sake, Mike.
Mike!
You had one job to do. Take out that table.
So
also, it's not dead.
Do we need to look at that table?
No. That's a bit of scenery I can throw at people.
it seems that frog spawn are impervious to fire. Good for them.
Yay.
Okay.
Alright, so that was our last action.
Yeah, well, that was the end phase. So now we get our action cubes back.
Yay.
Cool. And then it's the enemy phase, which we skip because there's no enemies. And we're back to player phase.
Cool. So, I'm still first. Do you want me to go in there and grab the clue? Stomp out the frog?
So here's the thing, Ollie. If you go into that space with the fire, you could do a clear action to clear one of them, but not both.
Right. So I can clear the fire or the frogs.
Yeah.
What happens if he stays in there with the fire?
I can never take more than 1 fire damage from a single attack or effect, so I'd take 1
So-
damage.
Well, in the end phase, I would roll this die, and he would take the damage rolled on the die.
But I can never take more than 1.
Yeah, so he would take either 0 or 1.
Yeah.
And if I roll a 2, the fire spreads again.
Right.
So do you want me to wander in there? Take out the frogs?
You can get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then clear the frogs. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wait. Before you do that, are we going to try and explore this room this round? I'm the examine guy. I would like to do the Chickadee clue. But what I'm concerned is we reveal this room and it's full of badness.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you, Michael, move up here and explore this room, and then Ollie and I still have all our actions to react to it if necessary.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that goes 1, 2,
Skip
spend
a few.
a token.
Well, don't warp him up yet, Ollie, because Michael might move further. So that's 1 to move, and then exploring here is a free action. And we've got a frog swarm.
Nothing.
Ribbit.
This is actually a really unexciting room.
So where's this going?
In here. And then this is blank. And then this one has a bookcase.
Uh-oh.
That's this one of these things. It's a special...
There's
This
no
is bad,
bookcase to
guys. This is bad.
Oh, Minion D is bad, yeah. There's...
Actually, not so much.
he does a lot of damage on it.
He does a lot of damage, but he's got no ranged attack. Whereas the other
Basically,
thing
you're looking
does...
for a glowing thing. I don't know if that's a bookcase. This is a writing desk.
Ooh.
That looks like it could be a bookcase. I actually have pictures. I have
Yeah,
pictures.
there's books on this.
That's the top of a bookcase. Cool. So there's the bookcase, and we can do something special with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why it glows. And then in here, an armed frog monster. The most deadly kind of frog monster.
So we really need to get rid of the swarms, because didn't you say if there's 2...
Yeah. So now the swarms are a problem. So
So do you want me to go in and do the frog spawn there and then punch that guy? Or do you want
I
me to do the
think
other
you
one?
should. I think that you should probably focus on that one because of the fire.
Okay.
So I think, Michael, what you should do is see if you can shoot and kill that frogman.
From here?
Yeah, why not? I fancy your chances with just the sidearm.
Does that count as the -1 for shooting through?
No, the
Sorry, dude, sorry.
frog spawn, as far as I'm aware,
I got it.
frog spawn do not count as obstructing bullets.
Thank you.
I really hope that wasn't the injured foot, by the way.
Yeah, we're fine.
Sorry. I didn't even think.
Whoop, whoop. Wow. Michael. So that's 5, 6, 7. How is that?
He's resilience 2.
So he's got 1 wound left.
Yep.
What's this?
That's just
That's just one hit.
You were on fire.
What? Oh.
What you could do, Michael, is
Bud could shoot.
Yeah, you could summon Bud to you and shoot with Bud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 1 action left, right?
Or you could
Yeah.
just shoot again.
Yeah, but then Bud can't really do anything super useful. Well, he could help me on my examine check, which would
Yeah,
help us.
Bud would be better for that, wouldn't he? Yeah.
And then I'll use Bud to upgrade my examine.
Shoot him
And
again.
hopefully I can get a really good result. We can get an insight token.
He dead. Regardless. Advanced.
Nice. Good job, buddy.
That is... You are very good at this.
Well,
Rolling,
Today.
rolling
This
dice.
random element today.
This rolling of dice. You seem suspiciously good
so
at
then
it.
you move Bud in there for free. And what I'll do is I'll go 1, 2, 3, which is 2 actions. And my third action will be to examine the dead chicken. So I've got orange examine, and then I upgrade 1 for the goggles.
Do we not want to use Bud for that?
Bud spends an action to upgrade another one.
You really want your
I
5 up,
see.
don't you?
Well, if we get 6 up, we get to advance twice on the track instead of once. Which is really good.
Yeah. We'll get
And
the
also, I
insight.
don't think there's much else useful we can really do.
I think,
Bud.
yeah. Bud is doing a good job there. Oh, yeah,
wow.
you got
So,
that.
well, that's... Yeah, so I've got the wild symbol, which I can use to just make this totally nailed. So that's...
We got 6 already.
I've got 6 already, yeah. So I don't...
Do you get a bonus for making it 12? Genuine
no,
question?
Sadly, I do not.
All right. We're up to 3. And
Yep, so that's advanced. And we've got an insight token, which goes...
somewhere. I don't know.
Onto my character sheet, I've decided.
Okay.
No. It will go here.
I decided in such a way. All right, I'm just going to move that there.
God, I hope this fire doesn't spread.
All right, well, I'm going to put... Right, so might go. So
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So how many actions did that cost me?
2.
2.
Yeah.
And then I'll try and put the fire out. I'll try and stamp the frogs.
Stamp the frogs.
It's got to be the frogs.
Stamp the
too,
frogs.
Because
'cause
otherwise
it's
we're
2.
going to get doomed.
Cool. That was
All
my last
right,
action.
that's your last action. So then we go into the rest phase, which we're skipping. And then we go into the doom phase. Draw a doom card.
Dun, dun, dun.
Minions of the future. Advance the impending doom.
Visions of the future.
Oh.
Minions of the future. Look at the top 3 cards of the doom deck. Shuffle them and return them to the top of the doom deck.
We've got to advance the impending doom track by 1.
Yeah. And now we're going to draw these 3. Have a look at what's in there. And this is, because we have to shuffle them, this is not super useful. But it's
Yeah,
alright.
but it's knowledge.
Wrath and Vengeance. This is my card. Put this card into play next to Lobster Johnson's board. If there are any enemies on the board, Lobster Johnson cannot make, examine, trade, interact, or clear actions. Discard this card if Lobster Johnson inflicts a total of 8 or more damage to enemies in a single phase, or when the agents take time.
So basically you go a little bit nuts.
I go a bit on a rampage. We've got a Heavy Moon. This card affects the area that contains the most agents. Each agent in that area is targeted by a melee attack with the value of 6. If they suffer any damage, they're stunned. That's awful.
That
so
is.
we should no longer stay in the same space until this card is played out.
Yep.
Okay.
Remember that. Oh, and here's the unexpected threat. See the special unexpected threats rules card. Enemy, Elisa. Oh, wow. So we're attacked by Ilsa Hauptstein.
Yes. You may remember her from the first movie. She was the woman who was obsessed with helping Rasputin and brought him back from the dead. And definitely got what was coming to her.
What's she doing here? She's
Being
going
a
to
pain.
spawn in and ambush Michael because he's last in the priority queue at the moment. But in an explored room that does not contain any agents. Okay, so I've shuffled these now. I don't know the order of them. I return them to the top of the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we're going to do End of the Day.
Don't you
Sure.
dare burn me.
So this is for the fire next to Ollie.
And you.
Well, this is the one that in the space Ollie's in.
Yeah.
1. So you
Yay.
reduce it by 1?
No, I can never suffer more than 1.
Oh, okay.
So I take 1.
Oh, damn it, I thought you reduced it by 1. Okay, and then this is the one next to us. Oh, please don't roll 2, please don't roll 2. Actually, it'll be okay, we can just clear it. Ah, damn it.
So is that...
Uh-oh.
It's fine, I forgot we could just clear it.
That's fine.
Also, this is discarded.
Cool.
Chicken corpse is... We're not going to get any roast chicken, is what I'm trying to say. Cool,
The
so
Colonel is out.
the Colonel is out. So that's the end of the day, round.
And I think the end of the episode.
No! But I was having so much fun.
Fire. Da da da.
Cool. Well, we'll be back tomorrow to find out when Ilsa shows up, because we know she's showing up for sure. And then we will find out what's up with the magical bookcase and what more needs to be done.
We'll put out the fire.
We didn't start the fire. I think you're singing like the dance remix.
I think I am.
I don't know that version. I was like, wait a minute.
Save me.
It was always burning. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Wheels are turning. Is it? I think I've just made it up.
I can't actually sing that song because the lyrics are so rapid and there's so many of them. They're so fast.